Can you hear me now?
What? Oh. Can you hear me?
No. Can
Now?
you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. And welcome to the Ruby Tuesday. My name is Ruben.
And I'm Kay.
And today we are reviewing Can You Hear Me Now? Or, in the French Canadian...
You hear me.
No, that's wrong.
Tu m'entends.
Can you hear me?
Tu m'entends.
Because we wouldn't even attempt to pronounce anything vaguely French.
I did try.
French,
I sounded
Canadian.
Japanese, yeah.
Yes, you did sound Japanese. Can You Hear Me is a dramatic comedy that plunges us into the unusual daily life of Ada, Fabiola and Carolanne, three longtime friends from the midst of poverty.
This is an interesting Netflix original French-Canadian series. It's 10 episodes. They're 22 minutes long. If you want to binge it, you can. You'll get through very quickly. It's just over 4 hours. And if you're searching for it because you want to find out information on the World Wide Web, the net, the interweb, you're probably going to have to look up the French name, because if you look up Can You Hear Me, there have been many movies and titles with the same name, and so you'll be very confused. So if you really like this series, once you get to the end and you want to find out more, yeah, check out the French Canadian name.
So I found this series to be really rooted in reality, for me anyway. Obviously I'm not Canadian, so I don't know how realistic a portrayal it is for them, but for me it felt like it was not Hollywoodized at all. And I although it's hard to watch because it's really gritty, it felt like this is probably the most real outcome. This is the most real sort of situation that people might find themselves in, and as horrible and hard as it is.
Yeah, so it starts off with a lady that needs anger management, and she ends up having to go to the psychiatrist to help her. And obviously she fights that because of her personality, and she has a couple of other friends who need help along the way. So there are multiple stories that kind of weave in and out of each other, but there's a lot of dark stuff that happens, kind of their life, like their broken family, broken relationships, that's all touched upon. And you see stuff that you're going to find very hard to watch, especially a couple of episodes you'll find very hard to watch. You may want to maybe not binge watch it and just watch a few episodes and then watch something lighter, because it does touch on stuff that you might find difficult to watch, especially if you deal with certain circumstances, or you have friends or people that you know have gone through similar circumstances. You may find it really real, because like Kay said, the way they film it, the way they tell the story, all is very realistic. I have to say that I thought the actresses themselves, the three main protagonists, are very good. They're very captivating. You believe their characters. You know, in amongst 22 minutes of an episode, you can forget you're watching something and be drawn into their characters, which I think is a testament to the dialogue and their acting, which is great. And then the filmmaking, I noticed it was very realistic, but also very cinematic. There's a hard balance to do between getting something that looks gritty, but at the same time giving it a feel that is very professional. And I thought the balance of that was very good. The sets themselves aren't lavish, but the way the shots are taken is very good. It places you in the moment. They aren't massively wide shots. It's normally medium to close, which kind of puts you always in their space, which is a little bit awkward, but I think it's a tactique that some...
A tactique?
A tactique.
Nice.
It's French.
Yeah.
La tactique.
Like a tic-tac.
Yeah,
No.
exactly. No, sorry. It's a tactic that filmmakers use to put you in the zone with the characters. So you're experiencing what they're experiencing from the comfort of your seat. If you can do that, then I think you've done your job as a filmmaker, because you're telling a story, you're really gripping the audience there. So I think it gives a world overview as to what life could be like in that circumstance, and really places you in that moment, which I think can be very difficult to do, but I feel like they've done it here. Season 2 would be interesting. I don't know if it's going to get a season 2. I feel like there's a completion in a story here in a very dark, not a happy way. It's not a Hollywood story.
No, it really isn't.
But it's a very realistic story.
Yeah.
So if you're into realistic stories, I would say you're probably going to enjoy, and then say joy lightly, you will appreciate the story and
the storytelling.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I kind of want to ask the question, Maybe this is just my conditioning. You know, I'm conditioned to expect a Hollywood ending. I'm conditioned to want a happier ending. I'm conditioned for it to be a redemption story. I'm conditioned for, you know, you find these people from these like really difficult backgrounds and then they overcome. So I'm conditioned in that way. What is this for? That's my question. Like, it's kind of, it feels like someone's gone a little bit Chekhov and kind of gone, I'm just going to do a slice of life. There you go.
Our son Ethan loves slice of life anime. That's his favorite genre, just where you get to experience a little bit. But it does. I would say it's about these three characters' journeys, and they do learn some stuff, and they become better, I guess, in themselves. But they still have a long way to go.
Yeah,
you know,
don't we all?
If you've dealt with rage issues or violence issues all your life, probably 12 sessions with a psychiatrist is not going to do it.
No.
But maybe it'll give you a stepping stone to bettering yourself. And I think that's almost like the overarching storyline. Is like, but can you survive if life gives you a bad hand, which it does seem like they've gotten a really harsh hand? Can you overcome those obstacles? It's definitely shines a light on that. If you're in poverty, if you're in broken relationships, if you're struggling of all ends, and then you're dealing with your own emotional issues, do let us know in the comments below what you thought of this series. Have you heard of it? I kind of did want to talk about it because Netflix hasn't been, it's one of those series again that they've made or sponsored or, you know, kind of bought the license for, and then just kind of shoving under, like, just here you go, here's Radar, one of those. Under. I haven't heard any of it. Trying to find it on the internet is like, yeah, really impossible. Trying to find a trailer for it is almost impossible. So when you get well-made series like this, they seem to be just kind of shoved to the side. I like to shine a light on it. So yeah, let me know what you thought. Who was your favorite actress of the three? Because I'd be interested to know that. But thanks so much for watching this review. Most of all, until next time, live long and Tuesday.
What happened? Didn't say remember.
Do you want me to do it again?
Yeah.
Most of all, until next time, remember,
live long and Tuesday.